and then how can we transform and visualize it. We'll try to see that step by step. Let me start with the demo for the day. So this is the Power BI. The goodness about the Power BI is this tool is completely free. It does not come with a trial pack. Anybody can download it and you can install it in the Windows environment. Now, before I start this, let me just show you something about who are the BI leaders in the world. So you can see that the current trend, Power BI leads in a better way compared to the others. Um, so it shows that how good the Power BI does the job. Let us quickly get back to um, the Power BI environment. So let me just get the data. Uh, Let me just use the Excel. I'm going to pull the Excel data. Let me choose the sample superstore. Open it. So now what is happening is it's going to load the data for me. It's going to just getting the data. So this is where, which I told you earlier, where I want to data preparation. I can take the data, I can extract the data, I can transform the data the way I want. So that's what we're trying to do it here. So now you can see that my data has been um, pulled up. Orders, I'm just using one of the tables orders. You can see the data here. I'm going to load. So when I try to load it, so it's trying to load the data. So when it's trying to load the data, it stores in the temporary file, temporary folder. Sorry, temporary folder. So you can see that in the temporary folder we have the Power BI desktop. So this is where it stores the file when you do the process. That's why I told you that earlier. It is where, that's a point where we data warehouse comes to play. That's where all the things been storing currently. So currently it stores the load the data for me. It's loaded almost 9,944 rows been loaded up, and you can see that there are three kinds of views are there: relationship view and data model. You can see the data is available here. In this one, we can transform the data the way we want. If we want to choose the city, only that part we want to choose, we can choose that. We can take it out other ones, we can choose whatever we want it. So once you transform it, we can go to the visualization part. Let us quickly do a small visualization part and try to play with it. Let me just choose a stacked bar chart. So let me choose a category. In the category, I'm going to use a sales. So you can see that a data which has been like this data, instead of giving like this data, when you give your business clients data like this, it becomes a great significant. In a short time, you see that couple of categories, how much you sold. You can see it in a very fast manner. Let me just quickly give you one more chart type. Let me just choose a pie chart, and let me just play with it. Let me just choose this one, a segment, um, and the sales. So you can see that the data has been pulled up in a very fast, massive manner. So our business clients can be pretty much easy for them to understand what's happening here, like what kind of consumer sales happen, corporate and home office. So this fast we can pull from Excel data. We can do a visualization. Let us run through one more demo in the Excel itself. We just quickly delete this one, and let me just remove the data here. Let me do one more example in Excel. What I'm trying to do is instead of the countrywide, I'm just going to use the worldwide data. In this, you have around 50,000 rows. In this data, you have almost 50,000 rows you have. On top of that, it contains into different countries. So we can create a very good visualization with this. And let me start with that. Let me just open quickly the Excel sheet, the global superstore. So it takes a bit of time because, as I told you earlier, the data has been pulled up to the temporary environment. So it stores here. Okay, if you want to save it, we can save it also. But currently, I'm just doing for basically concentrating on the visualization. Let me load the data. So the data has been loaded up. So it's going to, you can see that yes, it's almost done. It's going to be, so what happens here is again the same concept, where the data we can easily extract and transform and load the data to the data warehouse. From there, we can do the visualization. So it is having almost 50,000 rows. So take a bit of time based on your speed of your machine. You can see the difference of there. So almost 51,000 rows being loaded up now. So once it loaded up, now we can try to play with it. Still it's running up. Just give a minute so that it will be completely loaded. Okay, it's loaded now. So now we'll try to do the visualizations part. So this is my data model. Let me just quickly click on um, the the data. You can see the data is available. So in this also we can transform the data in the way you want. Once you transform the data, we can quickly go to the visualization. Let us click on the map. So for this, we need to have a good internet connections because it's going to create the map according to the country wise. So let me choose the country and I'll try to use a sales. Now you can see that it's pulling it up in a very fast manner. And we can also zoom in by clicking on the plus. So it will zoom it inside. So we can also move it by using arrows on left and right. So it moves on the left and right on your arrows, or you can use your mouse also. But you can see that in each country how much sales you're doing to done it. So we can see it um, in a very fast manner. So these kind of datas, which definitely going to help the clients in a better environment. So this comes to an end of our first demo, where we can do any Microsoft Excel sheet into the way you want. The goodness about the Power BI is Microsoft is not only limited to only these kind of visualization. The Microsoft every month send an update on Power BI update. Like you can check in the online so that we can see that the updates on February, updates on December, January. So every month they're trying to put an update. The latest kind of visualization will come to play. For the demo sake, I'm using the easiest one, but we can do more visualization available. New visualization comes to alive to the Power BI. Let us successfully completed the first demo where we can use the live data. We'll move to the live data. So Excel data to Power BI we completed. Let us play with the live data from web. We'll try to get the data from the web in online and try to put it in the Power BI. So let us let me just if you want to save this file, of course we can save the file. We can save it as the format you want. And uh, so it will be saved like PBIX format. Let us continue. Or you want to publish it, you can also publish it to the Power BI. When you want to publish in the Power BI, you need to have an account uh, in the online also, so that we can publish it in straight to the online, and we can play with it here also. This is some of my examples already I did it, so we can easily play with it. Uh, so my whatever I created it, so what I can do is I can easily share it in any way. I can share it or I can generate a QR code. I can pass the data, what I did it, I can just pass it to in a very fast manner. Or you want to export this data to PowerPoint or PDF, we can do it in a very fast manner. Let us quickly jump into our the next demo where we try to take the live data and try to play with it. Let me just quickly remove this data so that I can go for the next one. So as I told you earlier, we are going to move to the live data. So for that, I'm going to use a website from the World of Meters info regarding the coronavirus. So you have, I'm just going to copy that, the URL. You can see that this data as having different values and keeps on updated every day. So same thing, I'm going to pull it. I'm going to pull it to Power BI. And from there, we can create our own visualization. Let us quickly start with the demo. Now for this, I'm going to go to get data. You can see that we have a tab called web. Let us click on the web. Let me go to the URL. I'm just going to copy paste the URL. So it take a bit of time because it's trying to get the data from the website and trying to store the content into the temporary environment. Again, getting back to the concept, it's the same thing. It's going to extract the data now in the online, and then we want to transform. We can transform and we can load it into our data warehouse. Let's continue with our demo. So it's trying to pull it up the data. So it got the data almost. Once you got the data, you'll be getting sequence of tables. We have to choose the right table by testing it. We can check that each table like it produce the right data or not, and then we can load it. And then from there, we can transform the data the way we want. So it take a bit of time because it's trying to load the data and put it into our environment. Just give me a minute so that it can pull the data. So meanwhile, we can also know that um, the BI as a self-service BI tool, which is a very significant level. We can do the analysis with the Power BI. It's a great tool which is available right now in the world. The best part is the tool is free. If you have a Windows operating system, we can play with that. It's almost pulled up the data. In another 1 minute will be, we can see the data is being pulled up from the website and pull it to our environment. And then we can able to, so the data is pulled up. Let me just choose one of the tables here and see that if this is the right data it's pulling up, so that we can load it off. So trying to put up the data here. Okay. So I try to, yeah, the preview is coming up. Your data is just coming up now. Just give a minute so that data has been pulled up. So we can load the data and we can transform the data from there, which is the best part of the Power BI, which the data is pulled up. That's good. So we'll try to load the data, and we'll try to do a little bit of transformations, try to change the data in the way we want, and then we'll try to create a visualization on that. So the data has been loading up to our environment. It's very easy. Like traditionally, we required a data analyst or to do these kind of things, but now a little bit of knowledge in the Power Pivot, an idea about it, we can easily pull the data in the way we want. So Power BI is in this a tool compared to other tools. It's a massive way to uh, meet the business client needs. We can easily do it. Um, so it's trying to load the data now, because it's pulling the complete data from this site, the complete data of what you say from different countries. Like this, all data is trying to get it and put it into our environment. It has almost many countries are available there. So it's trying to put the data here. It's take a bit of time to load it. So almost 237 rows being loaded up. So the final touch, yeah, almost done. Uh, the data has been loaded now. Let me just click on the data. In case if you're not able to see the data, only the data model, we just go to transform the data. So in the transform the data, you can able to see the complete data there. So where we can do any kind of transformation. So here we can see that the world, Europe, North America, basically it talks about the continents. So let me just take out the nulls. I don't want the null. Let me just take it out. So I'm transforming the data the way I want. So it happens in a very fast way. So I pull the data from here, and then I load it here, and transform the data the way I want. So once we done that, we just say close and apply. So the sheet will be closed. The Power Query Editor, the environment when we use the transform the data, the new environment will be opened up called Power Query Editor. So now I can do a very good visualization here. So it's trying to apply our data in the way we want. We transformed it. So in another few minutes, we'll be able to easily um, transform our data into very good visualization. Just give a minute. So you can see that how good the Power BI can get the data from in the live data and putting into the Power BI in a very short time. In case the website is get updated, we can also, the updated gets easily, just like clicking on the refresh, automatically it can refresh your data. So let me click on the visualization. So let me just quickly click on the one of the uh, map style. Let me just use the filled map here. Uh, Let me choose the country, and let me choose the total cases. So it's trying to pull the data from the online. It's take a little bit of time because it's pulling the data and putting into environment. So once it is pulls the data, we can try to get the more information about it. We can zoom if the now we can zoom it up like clicking on the plus, or you can zoom in with your mouse. It's connected to the internet and fetching the data. It's take a little bit of time. So you can see that each country, what is happening. We can I'm trying to move the data. So we can move it around and we try to see each country data in the worldwide. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling the data from the coronavirus from the world of meters, and from this data I'm pulled up the data in a beautiful the visualization, which I can see the worldwide uh, data in a very fast manner. Uh, we did it in less than 10 minutes, the whole thing. So the whole data is available. We want to zoom it, we can just go to inside more. We can see the tiniest part also available there. So we can see each of them one by one. So this will be the session we have it. The second part of it, we completed the how to use the live data from web to the Power BI. Now let us go for our the third demo and the final demo of SQL Server database to the Power BI. For that, I've installed the SQL Server database, and it runs in version 18.8. Let us quickly do it in the Power BI. Let me just quickly remove this data so that
to DPM.
the best part of the Power BI is the database part, where Power BI supports many different platforms. Let me just click on the more, and I show you that what are the different ways we can pull the data into the Power BI. It is not only going to support only SQL Server. If it is like file, let me just summarize it everything. If it is file, it can be a spreadsheet, an Excel, or it can be a text file. It can be XML file, or it can be a JSON file. It can be a PDF, or it can be a SharePoint folder. If you come to database, you can see that you can support SQL Server, Access Database, Oracle Database, IBM, MySQL, Postgres, Sys-based Teradata, and you can see that plenty more, like when Google BigQuery, and you can see the BI conductor, and you can see Murray database. Plenty of the tool can be connected, and also we can use Power Platform also, or you want to connect it to online using Azure databases. Of course, it's possible. We can connect it on all the environments, or you want to have different online services like SharePoint or Microsoft Exchange Online or Dynamics, or you can go to Salesforce or Google Analytics. It can be any environment. Even it does have some beta versions um, from Spark Post. Plenty of things are available here. All these things we can pull the data to the Power BI. The beta is on the testing versions. Once the beta has been testing version completely done, we move to the number ones, and also more available. Like I told you earlier, we can pull the data straight from the web or SharePoint, or we can have Spark, or even script is possible, Python or R scripts. We can pull the data from any part of the, so you have it, you can pull it up here. Let us quickly go for the database. I'm going to use SQL Server Database and going to connect with it. So here I do have already created that. So let me just copy my instance first, so that I can do a demo on that. Let me just click on SQL Server Database. Let me connect to it. The best part is the more into this, we can quickly connect to the database. We can pull the data. That's the best advantage of the Power BI. And from there, visualization will be VC part of it. So let us choose my database. My database I have already, the AdventureWorks. Let me choose it. Just copy pasting it up, and I can also do a query. I did a small query here. Just putting select start from human resource department, come on, human resource employee and employee address, and combining three tables into a Cartesian product. So it will generate almost a million rows. You can see that 1, 3, 4, 5, 600, almost million rows. So I'm just going to copy this, the query, and I'm going to put it into my SQL statement. So you can see that with my instance name, with database, with the query, it's going to pull it the data from here and pull it into the Power BI, almost a million rows. Let me just say okay. So you can see that it started pulling up my data. You just need a few minutes to pull the complete data, so that we can transform and play with it. The most important, it's already come up very good, very fast it happened. So let me load the data. So the point is we can pull the information from any database in a very fast manner, and you can derive the business client's need into a quickly, into the way you want. You don't require to depend on anyone. You can create the environment the business clients need. You can do it in a very fast manner. It can be any databases. It can be even Microsoft Excel, or it can be live data. You can have it in your own environment. There are many companies in Papua New Guinea where you can do, like, for example, the IRC can have the provincial wise data, and easily can find out who are making the taxes in each provinces. provincial level in a fast manner. And also we can create a dashboard in a fast way so that the data will be pulled in a fast way, and it keeps on changing it according to the way you want. It can be an ID, national identity, how many people are being registered as a male and female, or it can be a health department. We can pull the population and find out how many people are infected with certain diseases, or it can be electoral commission also. We can pull, it doesn't matter any database, we can pull anything, and also we can visualize in the way we want in a very fast manner. That's the most key part of it. So data customized can be in a very fast manner. So you can see that about 1 million rows being pulled up. And if you have this kind of tool and this kind of support from data learning centers, we can easily able to learn the content and able to, you also can be a masters in it. That's the main idea about it. So it's almost done. So once it is done up, we'll quickly do a small visualization. It will be finished in another 5 minutes. Okay, so its data has been pulled up. You can see it's come as a query because we pulled as a query for you. So let me go to the visualization. So let me choose quickly a little bit of data here. Let me try to do higher date. I choose a higher date, and I will try to click on the sick hours and try to click on the higher date. Just click on the higher date. Now you can see that I can see a small chart. I can see that in a certain year, there's a sick leave where more time, more happen there compared to other things. So it is, the point is, it happens in a very fast manner. So you can see that how good the BI, the Microsoft BI comes to play, where it can be any database, or it can be any like Microsoft Excel or a live data, or it can be from Oracle. We can pull the data and we can extract the way you want, and you can load it into the data warehouse, which I told you, the temporary files will store it for a while, and we can visualize it. And also immediately you can publish it in the worldwide also. If you have the proper login and everything, we can publish that in the worldwide in a very short manner. So I believe strongly Microsoft Power BI doing the great job. If especially in Papua New Guinea, is everybody can use it, and this kind of visualization can be able to produce it. It will be great to see that. This comes to end of our session of our demo, to Excel data to Power BI, and taking the live data from web and putting it in Power BI. And also we can use any database. I used here SQL Server database to put into Power BI. So thank you for your time, and in case you have any doubts, anything, you can definitely ask me, either now or anytime. You can keep in touch. In case you want to join this course about Power BI, definitely you can keep in touch with our team. They will definitely guide you onto the course curriculum and everything. Thank you for your time. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. I'll give it to Mr. Ravichandran. Uh, if anybody have any doubts, please you can ask me now.
Hi, Jomesh. Jomesh.
Thank you, ma'am. Tell me what you have any doubts.
No, I don't have doubts. I just have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's new and exciting.
Thank you.
My question is, we have an inbuilt database system that we use.
Okay.
And we have over 23 million records in the inbuilt structure that we have. And also we use the web-based information system, which is real time.
Okay.
Because you said BI, data presentation onto a data warehouse. I just want to ask, is there a possibility to link the web base to the inbuilt structure?
What I'm trying to understand is, what you're asking is, so tell me what database you're using. Is it Oracle?
Yeah, we have an inbuilt database that we use on Microsoft Access.
Okay, okay, okay.
And we also have the web-based information system. It's a
Okay,
fisheries information system.
okay.
My question was the linkage, because we have real-time data and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the inbuilt structure, which is on the Microsoft Access.
Okay,
So
okay.
how is there a possibility that it's possible to link the data in the web base into the inbuilt system?
Yes, ma'am. We can do that. But the question is, unless we see the data, like how does it link to the servers and everything, will be the right solution. I can tell you because
Oh,
which say generically, if it is all in one machine, it's easy to. That's what I did it here. If you see that I've created database in a single environment. Now from there, linking is very easy. Now, unless you, if I see it live, like how the data is stored in different database, and the Power BI can give the solution, will be a single machine. Will be easy to say that it's definitely possible. But if
oh,
it is from different server, its solution is there, but we need to sort it out in the right way. Yes, the question is what you asked. The answer will be definitely we can do it.
okay. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, good afternoon. Thanks for um, the presentation. I'm just trying to ask, how do you, because in Excel, when we analyze,
Yes, sir.
yes, good afternoon. I'm just trying to ask a question because in Excel, when we analyze, we also insert slices. Is there a way, is there, is there a way to do that in Power BI, like inserting a slicer?
It's a beautiful question you asked because
Yes.
let me just make it brief here. See,
Yeah.
whatever comes in Power BI in the
Yeah.
earlier stage, it comes to Microsoft Excel. So BI
Excel.
is leading it. So whatever you can do in Excel, in Power
Yeah.
BI, we can easily do it.
Oh,
It's not a
okay.
big deal to do it. We can easily do it in the Power BI in a different perspective manner. It has its own variety of doing it. So
Okay.
Excel is a different part where you have slicers using Power Pivot chart. We can create a
Yes.
large slices and we can do it very fast manner.
Yeah.
But when you come to Power BI, it's completely into an ETL tool where we can extract, transform, and we can load the data in the way we want. Final part is visualization. So here we
Oh,
can
okay.
do in such a way, and then you can publish into the web for you. So basically,
Okay.
end part is visualization part, where you give to the
Okay.
whole world. So as I told you earlier,
Yep.
when you go to the Power BI, the last part I would be saying that
Yep.
um, the data. So let me. I'm just sharing my screen. You can see that on the final part where I can have the data into this model, and this
Yep.
one can be published into web in a very fast manner.
Okay. I
So
see. I see.
this to the whole world. It's not for a single person. It's for the whole world. So everybody can able to see the data.
See
So
the data.
slices into the concept of pivot chart, pivot come to it. But Power BI has have much more variety where we can put it to the whole data into a web environment. We can maybe if you have a website, we can share it in a fraction of a second. So the whole, if you have all over the province, can we get the data in a fraction of a second? Like can be any data. We can do it in a very fast manner.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the question.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is there any questions? Please, you can ask. I thought you are going to ask too many questions.
Hi, Jomesh. Fair from BSP.
Can you please talk louder?
Can you hear me? Fair from BSP.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, go ahead, please.
Oh, okay. All right. Before I go to my question,
Okay.
I'm used to using Power Query, which is
Beautiful.
somewhat, I think it's similar to Power BI.
Yeah, of course. Anything with Microsoft is all come to a same platform, my friend. Go ahead, please
Yes,
go
yes.
with the question.
All right, okay. This is to do with the transformation bit.
It is an
So-
ETL tool.
Yeah. So what I usually do is I used to dump my raw data in a folder
Okay.
and then get it via Power Query. Power Query.
Mhm.
And then from the query editor, I
Okay.
wanted to create a field
Okay.
from the query editor
Okay.
that reflects the file name. So the
Okay.
file is usually in Excel form.
Okay.
Is there a way that you can do it using the from the from the editor query? Yeah.
Power editor. Yes.
Yeah.
You're
Just
talking about
create a
DAX.
field. Yep.
Yeah. You're properly
Create a
talking about
field.
DAX.
Yep.
Can I answer now?
Yeah. Sure. Go ahead.
It's probably you're talking about DAX concept, where we normally have the Excel expression data copied in the DAX format, and from there you're pulling it up. So you have, as I told you already, where you have the Power BI, the data can be into any platform where you can see that you can pull it up from either it can be a web or it can be any resources. We can easily
Yeah.
pull up the data where you can, we have a different options. Microsoft has significantly given options to multiple things, like it can be a Power Platform, we can pull it up from there, or it can be a database, we can pull it up from there. You can pull any data which is available here and put it in Power BI, and we can play with that. Definitely, you can try on this ones.
Okay. Yeah, so you're already on the file. So what I guess you can do is go to the folder and
Yep.
then pull out the file within a given folder.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can try that.
So once
Yeah.
you load it into the editor, once it's in the Power BI editor, if I want to create a column that reflects the name
Transformation.
of the actual file,
Yep.
Is
I
it-
understand that.
is it possible to do that?
Unless I have the file with you, I can't able to tell you what, because
Ah.
I'm not seeing what kind of file format you're using it. But as per my knowledge is, definitely it's possible.
Yep. Okay, all right, that's good.
Thank you, sir.
I guess I'll just try other options and then.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Until I come
definitely.
up with
This
a
tool is completely free. You can download it and you can play with it. In case you had to have more knowledge, you can come to Data Learning Center. We're ready to help you.
Yep, definitely.
Thank you, sir.
One good thing I think I picked from this session is the visualization bit,
Thank
which
you,
is
sir.
very good.
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks for that.
Thank you, sir.
I guess the limitation for Power Query, it doesn't have the next phase, which is the visualization part,
Yes,
which Power BI has.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Correct.
Yeah. All right. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you very
you.
much.
If there is any question, please. Okay. Anyone? Well, thank you for joining. And we are looking. Sorry, anyone?
Yeah, I just raised my hand, but
Yes, please. Yes, please.
yeah,
I can't see your things. Okay, please.
that's fine. That's fine.
You can ask.
For this particular Power BI, is there a separate module where like you get to get in people to go and sit in for training, like short course based module, something of that sort?
My friend, I understand. I'm trying to understand that you're asking about the course information. Is it right?
Yes, yes.
Definitely, you can send an email to our team. They will definitely send in complete information about the courses. From there, you can they'll guide you on that. Not a problem. Please send an email to us. We will be giving the course materials, like course information, and then we can from there we can guide you.
Dear participants, is there any other question?
Good afternoon, Jomesh.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Please go ahead.
My question is, yeah, my question is that we did have a internal training on Tableau,
Okay.
and it's more or less the same as Power BI as I see. My question is, what could be the difference on the both of the services?
Thank you. Thank you. First of
Thank
all, I
you.
should say, I have to say thank you for asking that question, because many people understand that Tableau and other BI tools are same, but there is a great significant difference, because Power BI is a complete ETL tool. That means we can extract, we can transform the data. These two parts, which is not there in Tableau, where we have more into visualization. Tableau is the best in visualization because they are the market leaders for 15 to 16 years, including QLIC Sense and QLIC View also. But the beauty about Power BI is we can transform the data. When you see my demo on the web based, I removed whatever I don't want it, shows the null column. So I can pull the data, what I want, that only I can fetch it. So these kind of segment, like what you want, you transform it, you put it there in a very fast manner. That's possible in highly in ETL tool, especially Microsoft Power BI, which is not that much be done in the Tableau.
Thank you so much. I think that is what I figured. You can transform the data into what you want.
Yes, ma'am. You're right. You're right. Perfectly right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
IRC again.
IRC, yes, please.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. One question.
Please.
Is Power BI able to create a permanent data warehouse every time you expect data into it to load?
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful question. See, that's why I told you there are a couple of you have the desktop version, and you also have the live data. So when you have the live data, you can pull the data into it. You can publish it in a very fast way. So it can be shared anywhere in the globe. So data is to always be in the live based manner.
Where you know?
Hello.
And is the data within the warehouse can be dynamic?
Data.
Every time we update our data.
Sorry, sir. You lied. Your what you said is fade away. Please, can you repeat it again? I'm so sorry for that.
Okay, later.
IRC, Jomesh?
Yes, this is Jomesh. Please go ahead with the question, please.
Follow on from the question on data warehouse.
Yes, yes.
So if the permanent data warehouse is available and we need to refresh it with our data source,
we see.
is that possible?
That's what I'm trying to say. When you have the Power BI, when I pull the data, but if you data just keep on changing it, you can pull it from refresh here. Automatically, data will be refreshed. The whole data, it will synchronize itself. We don't require to do it. We don't require to do the task again and again. Once you've done that, you refresh it off automatically. You're impacted immediately, especially the web data, when it's coronavirus changing in every country and every day. Once you pull up the data, you don't require to pull it again. You can just click on the refresh, so that data is being pulled up immediately to your data.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Jomesh, are you able to see text message?
Yes. No, sir, I couldn't see the.
Okay. This is Oh,
Hello.
this is for you. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Hi, Jomesh. Thank you for the presentation. My question is regarding the load time for the reports or the dashboards. So if I'm loading different from different sources and say the files are large files, and I'm trying to create visualizations, but because of the amount of records that have been loaded, it takes time to load. What's your take on that, or what would be your advice on optimizing the reports?
Can I know that which from where the data you pulled up? Is it from database or it is from an Excel sheet, or from which part? And
Some are CSV, and yeah, some are CSV files, some are from the database.
okay, so my answer would be that's when I see my demo, the beginning of the demo, I just taken two Excel sheet. One is having almost 9,994 rows. Another one is around 50,000 rows. In Power BI, I did it in almost less than 1 to 2 minutes. In the same example, I tried to pull it up the data in the live based manner. Again, the same thing. It pulled up in less than 2 minutes. And finally, you would have seen that the database almost 1 million rows been pulled up in less than a couple of minutes. So basically, I can see my data, I can play with it off. Unless I see your data, what are you playing with it? If you're trying to use Power BI, it will be definitely will be faster in the environment. But in your case, if you're able to use in my own environment, my own environment, it will be faster for you. But coming back to your question, like I'm using you using a certain database, certain thing, and you're trying to put it to the business BI tools. What BI tools you're using?
We're using the Power BI.
Using Power BI, okay.
Yeah.
Definitely it should be faster, because normally what happens is in using Power BI, it is recommended to have 8 GB RAM. That will give you lots of things to be happen in a very fast way. Anything less than 8 GB RAM, it will be quite take a time. My recommendation would be if you have 8 GB of RAM more than that. Even I created a virtual machine on this one. It runs more than 8 GB RAM, so that makes my system quite faster. I think so. That will be the solution for you.
Okay, thank you.
No worries, ma'am.
Any other questions, please? Okay, well, thank you for your attendance, your participation, and once again, we'll meet in another session. Thank you all.